Also, before the High Court, the justice is weighing Biden versus Texas, in which they will decide whether the Biden administration can toss the policy that has forced tens of thousands of asylum seekers to wait in Mexico as their immigration cases go through the U.S. courts. This is a policy known as Remain in Mexico. It was put in place by the Trump administration in 2019 during the pandemic. This as authorities at the southern border are already overwhelmed by the recent surge in immigration. And yet another migrant caravan tonight, about 3,000 migrants strong, is making its way here from southern Mexico as we speak. Joining us now live from the border in Douglas, Arizona, is reporter for the Daily Caller, Jorge Ventura. Jorge, always good to see you. Appreciate it on a Friday night. What's the pulse there on Remain in Mexico? What are people saying?
Well, when you speak to the, local officials from the border towns to law enforcement to just the locals in the communities, they all want to remain in Mexico. They kind of feel like it's the last straw in this kind of immigration disaster is what they called it. We all know that Title 42 did stay in place, but despite Title 42 staying in place, the migrant encounters have been really through the roof. The month of May finished with over 240,000 migrant encounters. So the officials here are urging the Biden administration to just keep the Remain in Mexico, what they feel is really their last straw in this kind of losing battle right now.
Well, up to the Supreme Court. So Title 42 in place, and we're seeing a surge in migrants. Title 42, if it were to lift, give us an idea on the numbers that we could see on people crossing.
I would expect, starting to get closer to the 300,000. I mean, that's pretty remarkable already. Like I said, May finished around 240,000. The sector I'm in here, actually, Marnie, this is Douglas, Arizona. This is actually the sector that leads in the gotaways. So what you'll see in this sector particularly, you'll see like the single males putting ladders and running drugs in the country. So right now, it could explode. The family units continue to come. We were just in Yuma, Arizona, not too far from Douglas, where we were running into migrants from outside the Northern Triangle countries, from India, Russia, Belarus, even all the way from Afghanistan. So we could be reaching some scary numbers in these next couple of months, depending on what happens with Remain in Mexico.
Yes. Let's talk about this caravan, another caravan that is moving towards the U.S. border. Where are they now? And give us an idea who's in the caravan, who it consists of.
So I've been speaking to my sources in Mexico. In this caravan, there's kind of multiple caravans being set up, starting all the way from Tapachula, making their way to Mexico, Monterrey. Now, some of my sources in Mexico are saying that Mexican officials are diverting this caravan and are pushing them all the way to Eagle Pass, Texas. From Eagle Pass, actually to Perez Negras, Mexico. From Perez Negras, Mexico, they'll cross into Eagle Pass illegally. The reason my source says this is because they have a processing center in Eagle Pass that they want to push the migrants to. So the Mexican officials are not letting any migrants get into Ciudad Acuña and cross into Del Rio. We're going to see them basically funneled into Eagle Pass and crossing there. We've been already seeing giant groups in Eagle Pass. Last week, 5 straight days, groups of over 300 arrived in Eagle Pass. We, according to my sources, they expect those numbers to continue for the rest of the month, heading into July.
And what about that other major caravan that we had been talking about in recent weeks, upwards of 10, 15,000 people?
So that caravan, actually, what happened is it got broken up because the Mexican officials in Mexico actually granted those migrants illegal, basically, documents that travel throughout Mexico. So migrants actually, when they cross illegally, they're not allowed to travel through Mexico. They're not allowed to hop on trains or buses. But with that legal document, it basically spread out the caravan. So you're not going to see the 15,000 all hit at once, the 10,000 all get to the border. They're all going to kind of sprinkle out. But the majority of that is kind of arriving, again, when South Texas through Eagle Pass and that McAllen area. And we'll see kind of groups of hundreds and hundreds continue to kind of trickle in these next couple of weeks in South Texas.
Finally, Jorge, I feel like night after night we're talking about the drug problem across the U.S. This is not just a border issue. This is a national issue, especially when it comes to fentanyl. What are the challenges right now for law enforcement with the cartels and these illegal border crossings and where these drugs are coming through? What are they telling you?
Well, some of the biggest challenges they face is just that with the increased amount of family units coming, crossing illegally, that basically just kind of sucks up all the resources from Border Patrol to local law enforcement. And it basically just focusing on those family units, and they don't have the units to even to guard the border. Another issue here is that fentanyl is just really cheap to make and produce. So we're seeing it already in record numbers. Even here yesterday in northern Arizona, even on one traffic stop, one man had 56,000 fentanyl pills that he was looking to basically bring into basically the Chicago area, according to our local officials. So that the biggest challenges just continue to be with just the constant family groups, because that basically just sucks up all the resources, and the drugs are coming in quicker than ever, and it's killing Americans at a rapid rate. We've been reporting on it that the young teens in the country right now are really impacted by fentanyl because they think they're taking an ecstasy pill. They think they're taking a Vicodin for the first time, and that pill ended up being counterfeit. And there's no second chance when it comes to fentanyl. It's been kind of nicknamed the pill that kills.
Yeah, one strike, you're out. Jorge, always good to see you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.